Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to show you guys today how I do my lashes. I use Flutter Habit. I've used a lot of different things over the years. I used to do strip lashes all the time, but you have to take those on and off every day. Usually it was kind of a pain. And then I did lash extensions, but those are super expensive and kind of high maintenance. You have to go every 2 to 3 weeks to get them filled. So I just kind of got tired of driving there and paying for it. So I heard about these Flutter Habit. These are extremely awesome. I freaking love these things. So the Flirt is usually what I wear. This is my favorite one. It's like a boulder style. I'm going to show you. So it comes with 6 sets of lashes and it's only $29.99. So basically $5 a pair, which is extremely cheap, and these will stay on me for 8 days. I think they say like 5 to 7 days is typical, but I pretty much always have them on for at least a week, but usually 7 to 8 days. They last amazing. So the Flirt is usually what I wear, but today I got some new ones, the Sweetheart. I'm going to give these a try. I think they're a little bit less bold, but they're still really pretty. I don't know if you can see up in there. Let's see. So we're going to give these a try. Okay, so let's put on the Sweetheart. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So the first thing you want to make sure you have is a super clean pair of tweezers. Otherwise the lashes will stick and it makes it extremely messy and really annoying. And then some little scissors so you can trim off the ends of the lashes. Sometimes there's like a little bit of extra strip on there that you want to just trim off so they don't poke your eye. And then an eyelash curler. This isn't necessary, but I like it because you can curl your lashes a little bit and then they kind of, they don't stick through the extensions, they kind of like go up with them. I don't know, it just helps kind of put them on so your lashes are out of the way, in my opinion. So you're going to take your lashes here, and if you can see, they kind of go from inner corner here to outer corner. So just kind of follow along there, and there's 4 sets of little strip extensions on each set. So sometimes I only do 3 because 4 is like, I don't know, sometimes it's too much. But if you want a really full look, what I do is just slightly overlap each section. It depends on your like eye size and shape and everything. If you have a smaller eye, obviously you're not going to use all of these, or if you have a larger eye, you can spread them out a little bit more. So it just depends. But I'm going to start here with the outer corner. So this little section right here, I'm just going to take my tweezers, see if I can get in there, take my tweezers and just gently kind of peel it away from the edge. A lot of people say to use your fingers to just pull it off, but I like to use my tweezers. I'm just really careful. So take that section off, and there's a little tiny bit of glue on it. So what you're going to do is just going to take that little tiny extension there, and you're just going to kind of pick the glue off the back of it. It's a very minimal amount. You can just kind of roll it right off. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to take my tweezers and grab like this. So I have the edge kind of curled up. And that's how I'm going to put it on. So I'm going to get my glue. The glue they have is super awesome. It's called Made for This. Yeah, right on the box it says 5-day under lash adhesive. Like I said though, mine always lasts 7 days or longer. So this is the black. I think they also have a clear. I prefer the black just because it kind of makes like a, almost like an eyeliner appearance. I don't know, it just makes it a little bit darker right at the lash line, so that's what I prefer, but you could get clear if you wanted to. Take your glue here and go ahead and open it. They have tools on their website too. You can get like the little scissors and tweezers from them, but I already had some, so I didn't feel like I needed to buy any, but they're on there if you wanted to get theirs. So I have my little strip lash here. I'm just going to take my glue, and it'll kind of start coming out on its own. See, it comes out kind of a lot all at once, but just kind of drag it along. Kind of got a little too much there. Sometimes it does that. You'll get a little bit of extra. Just kind of wipe it off. So then kind of drag it along there until you have like a decently thick bead. You don't want too much. Sometimes you gotta kind of like wipe it off there. Okay, so I have my little bead on there, that much. It's more than you would think, but it's not a ton. That's how I do it. I know some people like put a little dab down in the box and kind of scoop it with the lash, but I tried that. I didn't like it as much. I didn't feel like I got enough glue on it, and they didn't stay very well. So this is how I do it, and this is how it lasts me a week. So I let mine dry so that it gets a little bit tacky. I think they say to put it on right away, but in my experience, that's just not what worked for me. So I put the glue on, I let it dry, kind of blow on it a little bit. I don't have like a specific time frame, maybe just like, I don't know, 30 seconds or something. Just because you don't want it runny when you put it under your eye. When I tried to put it on right away, it kind of like slipped all over and just made a mess and didn't stick. So while that's drying, I take my lash curler, curl my lashes pretty good, a couple times, like that, so you can kind of get under your eyelashes a little bit better. You can see a little bit easier. So I'm going to try to do this in the camera here, but obviously I'm going to need to look in the mirror. So the way I do it is I kind of hold my eye and pull it up like that so that I can see my lash line underneath. So the trick is not getting too close to your water line. You want to go just above that, because if you get too close, you're going to feel it. It's going to make your eyes water. The glue is going to get in there. It's going to burn a little bit. So just try to stay away from your lash line just a little tiny bit. So what I do then is I make sure I have this positioned right on my tweezers, probably about 3/4 of the way down, making sure your tweezers don't get in the glue. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess, and it's not gonna stick. You're just gonna pull it right back off your eye. So this one I didn't have to trim. There wasn't any extra on either side, so that's why I didn't trim that one. But okay, so I'm gonna pull this back, go right in there under. Okay, so I got it there. I'm just gonna kind of hold it there for a second and push it up under my lashes. You want to get it close to the edge of your eye, but not all the way down, because it's gonna poke your eye when you blink, and it's gonna hurt. So just kind of get it close to the edge of your eye. So then once it sticks, I just kind of take my tweezers and kind of push. You can use the back of your tweezers. A lot of people do that. I just use this. Just be careful not to get it in the glue. Just kind of push it up there. And that's it. Don't mess with it too much, because you're going to move it around and the glue's not going to stick. Just be careful to not mess with it too much. I know it's tempting, but kind of get it right where you want it to be and then just leave it. So I didn't get any glue in my eye. I didn't feel that one at all. It doesn't burn. I can't even feel it. And once they're totally dry, the idea is you don't feel them at all. So if you put them on right, they're not going to poke your eyes. They're not going to hurt. Nothing. They're just going to stay there for like a week. It's awesome. So then I do the same thing. I'll get my box back, go to the next one, the next little section here. Go ahead and pull that off like we did the other one. Just kind of work your tweezers under there, nice and easy. Pick your glue off. It's such a tiny amount of glue, it's like hardly anything. You just don't want it on there, because then it's going to stick to the bottom of your lashes. Stick to your bottom lashes, excuse me. Okay. So then I'm going to grab it with our tweezers again. Get it right where I want it. Get my lash glue. There's some on the bottom here, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that instead of squeezing more out. This one didn't have any extra that needed trimmed either. It seems like these might have less. The Flirt sometimes has a little bit of like strip on the end that needs trimmed off, but I haven't noticed any on these Sweetheart ones yet, so I'll show you if I find one though. So same thing, just kind of let it dry. Blow on it a little bit. You can see this one already looks awesome. So my eye is a little bit smaller to do all 4 sections, so like I said, I like just slightly overlap them, and I've kind of noticed it helps them stay a little bit better too. So same thing, I'm going to kind of pull my eye back and go right in where the other one is and just slightly overlap that one, barely. Set it. Hold it for a minute. Kind of push it up. And then just let it sit. Like I said, same thing, don't mess with it too much or you're going to mess it up. When you're putting these on, don't get discouraged because it's kind of a learning curve at first. It takes a lot of patience and just kind of trial and error to see what works for you. But once you get it, they're super easy. I can put on a set in like probably 15 minutes. And that's both eyes. The first time I put them on, I was on an Amtrak trip going down to New Orleans. And if you've ever been on the Amtrak, it's really rocky. The train was like rocking everywhere. So that was my first experience putting them on. It took me like over an hour, but I don't recommend doing that on the train, obviously. But if I could do that, you guys can definitely do it. Just give it some time, give it some practice, and a lot of patience. And the more you do it, it gets a lot easier. And they look fantastic when they're done. They look just like extensions. You don't have to mess with them. You don't have to do anything different. It's just so nice to not wear makeup, to not have mascara running down your face. It's just a super easy, like, get up and go look. I don't wear any other makeup. I just put these lashes on, and like I said, they'll last for like a week. And it's just super nice to wake up, shower, and pretty much be ready to go if you don't want to do anything else, like don't want to put any other makeup on. It's just really nice. The one thing I do to extend the life of the extensions is I don't put my face directly in the water when I'm taking a shower, so I'll stand a little bit back and just kind of have the water in front of me, get water on my hands, kind of go around my eyes, get my face wet, and then get my face washed, scrub my face all around my eyes, like everywhere, and then just get more water and kind of gently take it off that way. That way you're not like scrubbing them directly. I used to put my face in the water. They're not going to come off. You can get water on them. It's not going to hurt them, but I've just noticed that if I keep my face out of the water and wash, like I said, just kind of with my hands, I get a couple extra days out of the lashes. So that's an easy thing to do to just kind of extend the life of them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going on this eye. I'm going to grab my next and third extension here. Get all my glue off. Grab them with my tweezers. Get my glue on there. Squeeze a little bit out. Don't squeeze too hard because this glue comes out really easily. Just kind of shake it down and squeeze gently. Oh yeah, that was a lot. Okay, and just kind of rub this back and forth till you get that kind of thick bead on there. Same thing, let it dry for a bit. Pull your eye back again. You're going to just gently overlap the last one you put on. Get right on there, hold it. Careful to stay away from your lash line a little bit. Kind of push it up. Oops, see, I must have got some glue on that one, so just kind of wipe your tweezers off. Push it right back. And then don't mess with it too much, just kind of leave it. It'll be fine. It'll dry. And for the last section here, this smaller one, it's kind of tapered in the corner for your inner eye, so make sure you kind of follow how they have them in here. Obviously these are for the left eye, these are for your right eye. They're a little bit longer on the edge corners and a little bit shorter on the inner corners, so just follow what they have here. Let's take the last one out, nice and easy. Take your glue off. Go ahead and grab it with your tweezers. If you have glue on your fingers, wipe it off. You do that because otherwise everything's going to stick and cause a nightmare. You gotta keep your hands really clean and keep your tweezers really clean. So it's just gonna help you out in the long run. So grab your last extension. Yeah, none of these have had to be trimmed, which is really awesome. That makes it even easier. Squeeze out some glue. I'm gonna have to go here. I hear my little man crying. But see, you can do these pretty quick once you kind of get going on it, and even if you have a baby, this is perfect because you don't have to spend a lot of time doing your makeup. You can just kind of set them and forget them for a week. So if you can get a 15-20 minute break to do your lashes, sometimes that's asking a lot some days, but if you can find 15-20 minutes, this is an awesome thing to do. And then, like I said, they're good for a week, so it's a small price to pay, I guess. So this last extension here, get it right under there. You're going to go right in that corner. Right there. And set it. Forget it. Let it dry. I'm going to go tend to little man. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on my right eye now. If you can see, this left eye has completely dried. And it looks awesome. See if I can show you like underneath there. You can see it's close to my waterline, but not touching. So I don't even feel these on right now. I can blink and look around, and if you do them right, you don't feel them at all. It's super awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my right eye. Like I said too, you save so much money. I was spending about $85 every 2 to 3 weeks to get my lashes filled when I had professional extensions done. And they were beautiful, but it's just a lot of money to spend. So these are $29.99 for 6 pairs, and they last like 5 to 7 days each pair. So that's a lot of savings, $5 a pair. I'll put my link down in the description box. It saves you 15% if it's your first order, so it's definitely a really good deal. And when you purchase them, don't forget to add your glue onto your order, because the glue does not come with this, but it's inexpensive as well, and I've had mine for over a year and I'm still using the same one, so it lasts a really long time. So on this eye, I kind of reach over. Since I'm right-handed, I still use my right hand to put the lash on. So I kind of just like reach over, lift my eye like this, and go right in underneath my lashes. I think that's why these stay so good, is because most lashes go over, like strip lashes go on top, but these go under and adhere right to your lashes. It's super awesome. So just be careful when you're taking them off. Sometimes I get impatient and I just like scrub them off and then pull them. Don't do that, because it'll tear your lashes out, your real lashes. Like, this glue sticks so well that if you don't take them off appropriately, it will damage your lashes. But if you do it right, then you won't have any issue at all. I just get impatient sometimes, but don't do that. I know a lot of people use coconut oil to take them off, so that's a good tip. But if you go on the Flutter Habit website and on their Instagram, they have a bunch of how-to videos. Oops, see, I messed with it too much. Grab it back on here. The Flutter Habit website has a bunch of how-to videos that show you how to put them on, and tips and tricks, and how to take them off safely and all that stuff, so go check out their website. They have lots of different styles. I just prefer the bolder styles. These Sweetheart ones are a little bit more of an everyday look, but I still wear the Flirts as an everyday look. They're just a little bit longer and darker. I know a lot of people don't like that much boldness in lashes, but I do. But I really like these Sweetheart ones. They're really pretty. So this one here, I don't know if you can see, has a tiny little piece of like strip that doesn't have any lashes on it right on the end, and it's the corner piece. So if I don't trim that off, it's probably gonna kind of poke me. So what I do is just take these tiny little scissors and just kind of barely trim off that little edge piece. Careful not to cut any of the lashes off with it, but like that. It's just barely anything, but it makes such a difference when you put it on, just to make sure that you don't feel that little corner. So that's it. That is a full set of Flutter Habit lashes. They're so freaking pretty. I love them so much, and these will last me a week. And then I love that I can just take them off, scrub my face, and then go a week without them, or I can put a fresh set on. It's kind of nice because with lash extensions you kind of don't have that option. They're always on unless you let them all fall out and start over. But with these you kind of have the option to take them on and off, and a week's not that long, so I love that. I love having the option to be able to just scrub my face and have a bare face whenever I want to. So the set that I'm wearing right now is the Sweetheart. But the Flirt is usually what I go with. Let's see if I can put them side by side. You guys can kind of see the difference. The Flirt is a little bit darker, a little bit bolder. The Sweetheart's more of an everyday look, but I love them both so much. They're super pretty. I'm really happy with the way these Sweetheart ones turned out. So, and they come in these cute little book-like cases. So if you guys are interested, like I said, the link is in the description box. That'll give you 15% off your first time order. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment if you try them. Thanks for watching.